This picture is going viral with Bria Hartley with the sinister grin, right? This malevolent look that's on her face right now, clearly smiling after injuring Sophie Cunningham.
The WNBA's dirtiest player just smiled while ending Sophie Cunningham's career, and the league's doing nothing. A picture is worth 1,000 words, but Bria Hartley's smile while Sophie Cunningham writhed in agony? That's worth 1,000 lawsuits, a congressional hearing, and probably a Netflix true crime documentary.
Sophie Cunningham, let's be clear here. Sophie Cunningham was targeted. Let's be very, very clear here. But Sophie Cunningham was flat out targeted by a dirty player.
What started as a routine Tuesday night basketball game turned into the most disgusting display of unsportsmanlike conduct the WNBA has seen since Bria Hartley's last game. And the worst part, the league's doing absolutely nothing about it.
That just occurred.
That's like she tries to slide over right there, and Hartley just kind of falls and makes collision with that lower leg. You see her immediately grab it. And she went down hard and was clearly in a lot of pain.
Again, let me paint you a picture that'll make your blood boil hotter than Phoenix asphalt in July. Second quarter, Cunningham's playing defense, doing her job, minding her business like a professional. Hartley comes barreling down the lane like a freight train that missed its stop, forgot how to brake, and decided violence was the only option. The collision happens, knee to knee, the kind of impact that makes everyone in the arena hold their breath and orthopedic surgeons see dollar signs. Cunningham goes down immediately, clutching her knee like someone just took a sledgehammer to it. The trainers rush out faster than Black Friday shoppers. The crowd goes silent. And what's Bria Hartley doing? She's smiling. Not a nervous smile. Not an, oh no, I hope she's okay grimace. This was a full-on, ear-to-ear Cheshire Cat grin like she just won the lottery and found out her ex got dumped on the same day.
This is Bria Hartley right here, grinning from ear to ear with Sophie Cunningham smiling. I mean, that's despicable, folks. There's no other way to look at it. Yeah, how about this right?
The cameras caught it all in glorious 4K, and once the internet got hold of that footage, it spread faster than gossip in a small town.
Look, you can tell Bria Hartley, in my opinion, she launched herself into her knee. She did. And I've seen some of the reaction online. Guys, it's despicable. It really is. There's a lot of people celebrating this injury. And guess what? You can imagine who it is. It's members of the old WNBA fandom, the ones that root for Paige Beckers and Angel Reese and Asia Wilson and all the usual damn suspects.
This wasn't just bad optics. This was a villain revealing herself with the subtlety of a monster truck rally. But here's where it gets worse than your uncle's political takes at Thanksgiving. The referees. They didn't even review it. No stoppage, no huddle, nothing. Cunningham's being carried off the court like a wounded soldier, and the refs are acting like they're watching a completely different game, probably checking their DraftKings accounts. The incompetence was so blatant, even casual fans who can't tell a pick and roll from a cinnamon roll were screaming at their TVs. The slow motion replay made everything crystal clear, and it wasn't pretty. You can see Hartley's trajectory change mid-flight like a heat-seeking missile that just acquired its target. She wasn't going for the basket anymore. She was going through Cunningham like she was the last obstacle between her and a championship ring.
Look, you can tell Bria Hartley, in my opinion, she launched herself into her knee. She did. And I've seen some of the reaction online.
The angle of impact, the force, the complete disregard for another human being's well-being, it was all there in Technicolor for everyone to see. Let's talk about who Bria Hartley really is.
And all kind of excuses to say that Bria Hartley is not a dirty player. Let me tell y'all something, man. Come on in here. Come on in here, man. Let me tell y'all something. If it quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, eats like a duck, it's a duck, man. Come on, man. She is the dirtiest player in the WNBA right now, winning the trophy. All right? Winning the trophy for it. Don't sit here and try to tell me Bria Hartley is not a dirty player.
Because this isn't her first rodeo in the Dirty Player Olympics, and at this point, she's going for the gold medal. Earlier this season, she literally yanked Angel Reese's hair during a rebound, not grabbed accidentally in the heat of the moment, yanked, like she was starting a stubborn lawnmower or trying to pull Excalibur from the stone. The footage of that incident went viral too, with Reese's head snapping back like she was in a shampoo commercial directed by Quentin Tarantino. Then there was the Rebecca Allen incident that got her ejected faster than a teenager from a nightclub with a fake ID. She's collecting dirty plays like Pokemon cards, and she's going for the complete set. Body checks? Got 'em. Elbows to the face? Check. Mysterious trips that happen when the ref's looking away? That's her Tuesday special. At this point, opposing teams should get hazard pay just for sharing the court with her. The pattern is clearer than HD television and more predictable than a Hallmark movie plot. When things don't go Hartley's way, someone gets hurt. It's not basketball anymore. It's assault with a basketball uniform on, sponsored by whatever company is brave enough to endorse her. And every time it happens, she gets this look on her face like she's proud of it, like hurting people is her side hustle and business is booming. The WNBA has a Draymond Green situation, except Draymond at least pretends to feel bad afterward and sends a fruit basket. Social media turned into World War III within minutes, and I'm not exaggerating.
Indiana Fever fans wake up pissed off today. Pissed off. Not only are we getting assaulted, but they're smiling about it. This is the
Hartley deserves zero benefit of the doubt. And Sophie Cunningham's family not too happy. I believe
the takes were flying faster than Hartley into Cunningham's knee. Cunningham's sister Lindsay went nuclear, calling out not just Hartley, but the entire officiating crew, the league office, and probably the janitor who mopped the floor that night. Her mom Paula joined in, and suddenly you had a family feud playing out in real time on Twitter that made the Hatfields and McCoys look like a minor disagreement over a parking spot. The posts were getting thousands of retweets, with fans adding their own footage and angles like they were CSI investigators working overtime. Each new angle made Hartley look worse than the last. Someone synced it to the Jaws theme music. Another added WWE commentary. One genius edited it with the Mortal Kombat finisher sound effect, which would have been funny if it wasn't so tragically accurate. The memes were brutal, but honestly, Hartley earned every single one. The conspiracy theories started flying faster than a Caitlin Clark three-pointer. Was this targeted? Did Hartley go after Cunningham on purpose?
Listen, Sophie Cunningham was targeted, y'all. I'm telling you right now, Sophie Cunningham was targeted by Bria Hartley, and it just is what it is. It is what it is. I don't want to sit here and play games and act like, you know, she wasn't. She was targeted by Bria Hartley, and that's just the fact of the matter. And people can act like it's not all they want. I told you guys this girl was a dirty player, and that's all she did today was show how dirty she is.
Was there a secret group chat where players planned these accidents? When you slow down the footage to Matrix-level bullet time speeds, you can see things that make you wonder. Hartley's eyes lock on to Cunningham. Her path changes. Her shoulder drops. It's like watching a nature documentary where the predator spots the prey, except David Attenborough isn't narrating and nobody's learning anything educational. Indiana Fever fans, they're beyond pissed. They've transcended normal anger and reached a new plane of fury that scientists haven't even named yet. They're approaching French Revolution levels of anger, except instead of storming the Bastille, they're storming Twitter and the WNBA headquarters Yelp page. This is their 6th player to get injured under suspicious circumstances this season. 6th! At some point, it stops being bad luck and starts being a pattern clearer than a referee's whistle. You know, the whistles they apparently swallowed. Let's do the math here, because numbers don't lie even when players do. 6 injuries, 6 different opponents. 6 times the opposing player involved has had this weird reaction, laughing, smiling, high-fiving teammates, like they just completed a side quest in a video game. It's like there was a secret bounty system nobody's talking about, with points awarded for taking out Indiana players. Is there a leaderboard somewhere? Does the winner get a trophy shaped like a crutch? The timing couldn't be worse for Indiana if it was personally scheduled by their biggest hater. They're already missing Caitlin Clark with her mysterious injuries that seem to flare up whenever they play certain teams. Aaliyah Boston's been playing through pain that would send normal humans to the emergency room. Their bench is so depleted they're one injury away from suiting up the popcorn vendor. Now Cunningham's out indefinitely with what looks like serious knee damage that could require surgery, months of rehab, and possibly a new career path. Their playoff hopes went from slim to might as well start planning vacation faster than you can say flagrant foul. You can't compete in professional sports when half your roster is in the medical room comparing MRI results like they're trading cards. The trainer's room has seen more action than the court at this point. They should start charging admission. It's apparently where all the players end up anyway. Here's what really grinds my gears about this whole situation. And trust me, my gears are ground down to dust at this point. The WNBA loves to fine players for criticizing refs. Loves it. It's like their favorite hobby after ignoring player safety. Say one word about bad officiating, That'll be $500, and don't even think about posting about it on social media. Call out inconsistent calls? Here's a $1,000 fine, and we'll throw in a warning for good measure. Suggest that maybe, just maybe, the refs need glasses? That's a $2,500 fine and a stern talking to from the commissioner. But actually injure someone and smile about it? Cricket sounds, tumbleweeds, the sound of silence so deafening Simon and Garfunkel could write another song about it. The league's priorities are more backwards than a reversible jacket worn by someone who doesn't understand how reversible jackets work. They police words harder than they police actual violence, which tells you everything you need to know about their values. Stephanie White, the Fever's coach, tried to stay professional in the postgame, but you could see the rage bubbling under the surface like a volcano that's about to turn Pompeii into a historical landmark.
First and foremost, they're good human beings. You know, they're selfless, they're tough. They don't care who gets the credit. They don't care whose day it is. They got something inside of them that you just can't teach. And, you know, they bring it out of each other. And it allows us to go through these incredibly tough times that we're going through, and always gives us a chance.
She talked about protecting our players and expecting better from the league, which in coach speak basically means I'm about to lose my mind if this keeps happening, and my resignation letter is already drafted in Comic Sans just to show how serious I am. When coaches start using diplomatic language that aggressively, you know they're one bad call away from getting ejected themselves and possibly starting their own rival league where injuring players gets you immediately launched into the sun. White's been in the league long enough to know how to play the political game, but even she couldn't hide her disgust. Her jaw was clenched so tight, dentists everywhere felt the disturbance in the force. The medical report hasn't been officially released yet, but sources close to the team are using words that make you wince just hearing them. Significant damage, long-term rehabilitation, career-altering implications. We're not talking about missing a few games and coming back with a cool knee brace. We're talking about the kind of injury that has players doing those sad Instagram posts about beginning a new chapter and everything happens for a reason while they try not to cry into their ice packs. What makes this even more infuriating than finding out your favorite restaurant closed is Cunningham's importance to the team. She's not just a player, she's the glue that holds this roster together. The veteran presence who knows where everyone should be and isn't afraid to tell them where. The one who keeps everyone's heads up when things go south, which in Indiana's case is basically every other game. Without her, the Fever don't just lose talent, they lose their soul, their leader, and probably several more games by embarrassing margins. The double standard here is more nauseating than gas station sushi. If this happened in the NBA, we'd have a 20-game suspension handed down before the player hit the locker room. Adam Silver would personally deliver it while wearing his disappointed dad face. But in the WNBA, they're still reviewing incidents from 3 seasons ago like they're archaeologists carefully excavating dinosaur bones. The message is clearer than spring water. Player safety isn't a priority unless it affects the bottom line. Fans are already organizing with the efficiency of a military operation. There's a petition with over 50,000 signatures demanding Hartley's suspension, and it's growing faster than mold in a dorm room shower. Social media campaigns are planning boycotts of games Hartley plays in with catchy hashtags and professionally designed graphics that put the league's marketing department to shame. The psychological aspect of this is fascinating in the worst possible way. What kind of person smiles after potentially ending someone's career?